It's time for The Frangie Show on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, we welcome you in. Glad you're along for the ride on a Monday afternoon. The new drug today is, I was going to say a new person in the show. You're not new anymore. You're like a savvy Frangie Show veteran is what you are. All right, I mean, you spent a lot of Frangie Show time in your career.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I think I'm part of the, people have coaching trees. What do you have, broadcasting trees?
Yeah, it may be more of a twig than a tree,
yeah.
okay? It may be the broadcasting twig. You're part of the twig, but good to have you. Thank you for sitting. Hayes is still in Vegas. He and his wife, Jean, are having a big time with another couple, and good for them to take a little time off. So thanks for spending some time with us.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are doing the doubleheader. Went to the Jaguars and the Raiders yesterday. I know if you're a Gator fan, got the Gators in Vegas tonight, taking on Arizona in a college basketball opener. So it's a nice little doubleheader for the Northeast Florida folks out there.
And for the people like my friend Rick Ballou and others that love music, there's the Eagles in the Sphere. You've been to the Sphere.
I have.
It's supposed to be fantastic.
It is unbelievable. Kenny Chesney was nice enough to schedule another return in the summer of 26.
Yeah, so you're going back?
Heidi's already got tickets. So I will be back at the Sphere in June again. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, I hear it's fantastic. So but it's good to be back. It was a fun game to call. We when we go with the Jags, we don't stay on the Strip for our probably obvious reasons. I mean, if I'm the coach, I don't want my guys on the Strip. So we stay in a little town called Summerlin, which where the Red Rocks Resort is.
Oh, yeah. I know what that is.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous little area. It's where the minor league baseball stadium is and the hockey training center. You probably know the area. So we stay out there, and it's fantastic, but I got nowhere near the Strip. But I will tell you, I had friends going to the Eagles thing, and I had an access to a ticket, and, man, I thought about it. And, again, I've seen the Eagles, like you guys have Chesney. I've seen the Eagles, 12, 14 times. So I've seen the Eagles plenty, but never at the Sphere.
Right.
So at some point I'm probably going to go to the Sphere because they say it's magnificent.
It's a crazy environment. And we got lucky enough. We got a package where we actually stayed in the Venetian, which is where the Sphere is connected to.
Right.
So I didn't see sunlight for 2 days.
You just walked over.
And yet I still walked like 12 miles. That's how big the Venetian is. It is just a massive, massive complex with a huge walkway that takes you right into the Sphere.
Yeah, so you had to have a blast. All right, all kind of things to talk about today on the program. JJ La Silva from North Central Ocala. I will tell you, on the flight out, I was able to take a peek at that Canes game.
Oh.
How did you lose that game?
Easy. It happens at least twice every single year.
So I kind of
shout out Rhett Lashley though.
Yes.
Fantastic coach. Deserves a bigger gig.
Yeah. You know what? And my guess is probably we'll get one. We'll get one. But the Canes is all right. We got all kind of things to talk about. Hack will be here today and tomorrow. Hayes will be back on Wednesday. But again, Hack, thanks for doing double duty. You know we really appreciate you. So thank you for doing that. All kind of things I want to get to. I'll start with the Jags, Florida, Georgia. Catch or no catch for you?
I think it was probably a catch, but because it was ruled no catch on the field, they were not going to overturn it.
Yeah, same thing. I think it was probably a catch. In my opinion, we're also biased, and if I was a Georgia fan, I might not think it was a catch. I respect that.
I also thought it was a terrible throw.
Yeah, and I'm going to get to a lot of Lagway conversations today. It was he didn't have to jump throw it.
Oh.
He could have set his feet and let it. But I'll get to that in a minute. I thought it was a catch. It was really close, just like the Lagway fumble when he stretched the ball was close. The Gunnar Stockton incomplete pass fumble, they were really close. I mean, those calls are close. I mean, people sometimes think, well, we're getting a raw deal. I don't think there was an agenda. I think they were close calls.
That one bothered me, the fumble for Stockton, because that was called a fumble on the field.
It was.
Very similar to the Sturdivant thing, because Sturdivant was called no catch.
Right.
I didn't think there was enough evidence to overturn. Yeah. Because Stockton was called a fumble, I didn't think there was enough evidence to overturn that.
Yeah, I get that, and I hear you. But I thought it was an incomplete pass. In my opinion, not even thinking about the evidence versus just in my opinion, I thought his hand it was close, boy, but I thought his hand was moving forward when he still had the ball in it. So that was my opinion. But anyway, back to the catch, no catch. I'm not convinced Florida wins the game if they call it a catch. First, they had to score.
Yeah.
Then they had to stop Georgia from scoring. And I think we have this perception sometimes that, well, if it decided the game. It didn't decide the game. It might have. It certainly impacted the game. But I think, was it a play later? Was that a third down play? So the fourth down play was...
Yeah, it was 3rd and 4.
So the 4th and 4 play was the very next play.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Trey Wilson was clearly covered on the very next, and that therein lies. So I'm going to get to the whole. I got a lot about Lagway tonight that I'm going to get to on the quarterback and the whole bit. So a lot of Gator talk and Florida Georgia talk coming up in a bit. But I'm going to start with the Jaguars, and I'm going to tell you this, and I will preface it, Hack, because I want your thoughts on the game, all of it. I will preface it by being, I tend to be an apologist, so if you want to label me, do so. By the end of that game, there was no Brenton Strange, no Travis Hunter, no Brian Thomas Jr., no De'Ami Brown, no Ezra Cleveland, no Trayvon Walker, no Devin Lloyd, no Jordan Lewis, no Eric Murray. I think I'm missing somebody. It's 10 starters, okay? You only have 22. You play 20. You play 11 on offense. So I can tell you, I told Lauren and Taylor and Tom a minute ago during crosstalk, I saw Trevor on that plane when we were coming back. Dude, he looked like death warmed over, bro. God bless him for playing. He was throwing up all night. He was throwing up all morning. Yeah, I guess he had the flu. I don't know what he had, but it's hard to win in the NFL. I know the Raiders aren't very good, but I thought it was a gutsy win, man. I tell you what, that dang tight end's pretty good. I thought it was a gutsy win for the Giants. I thought it was a fun win to call. I thought it was a damn good win.
Oh, incredibly resilient. You had the absolute gut punch of Travis Hunter in that news 3 days prior. Like you said, there was a point in yesterday's game where they were down to one tight end. When Hunter Long left the game, they literally had one tight end that was dressed, and Johnny Munt. You had 3 wide receiver sets with 2 guys you just called off the practice squad, Parker Washington, Austin Trammell, and Tim Jones. And how about Trammell and Jones, both making huge plays.
Huge plays.
In the fourth quarter and in overtime to allow you to tie the game, then ultimately win the game. No, I thought it was incredibly, incredibly resilient. And the thing with Trevor, look, I thought the interception was terrible. It was a
terrible interception.
Terrible interception.
One of the worst ones he's thrown.
And I was, admittedly, and you know this about me, I was into my feels a little bit on social media when Trevor threw that.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Oh man, I was having a moment. But after that interception, I thought Trevor was borderline terrific.
He was
the rest of the game.
Yeah, he was very good at the interception. Was a terrible decision.
Oh yeah,
and it was a really bad pick. But after that, I thought he played well with a lot going against him. I'll tell you, who's a dang baller is Travis Etienne. I don't know. He had a great offseason. See, Travis, and I really tip my cap to him, Hack, because everybody cut him. Every fan cut him. But he was going to cut because Bigsby was better. So Bigsby was going to beat him out. And then Bashal Tutin was going to beat him out. And then he was going to get traded for this. And everybody left him for dead. All he did is he went and had this great offseason, which he did. I mean, a great offseason. He had a great camp. He's a good player. And is he right now? He might be their best offensive player.
Yeah.
And certainly their most important offensive player. Boy, he balled out, I thought, yesterday. I really did.
Oh, I thought he ran hard. And that was cool last night, having Gerald Ingram on the fifth quarter with his 18 years as a running back coach in the National Football League. He was unbelievably complimentary of Etienne. And look, the maligned offensive line, I know I did. I'm sure a lot of people did. Destroyed this O-line for the last 2 weeks. Quarterback gets sacked 14 times. They're not running the ball. What's the offensive line doing? By and large, I thought the offensive line played really, really well yesterday. Trevor had a lot of time in the pocket. They ran for $140 on the ground. Big tip of the cap to the offensive line. Their best game in well over a month.
Yeah. How good is Brock Bowers?
He's unbelievable.
Brock Bowers had 12 catches. First of all, they forgot he was there for the first quarter.
Yeah.
It took a quarter for someone to say, hey, Gino, he's back. He's not hurt anymore. 12 catches, 127 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Unbelievable. I mean, how do you defend that? I mean, I guess you could double or triple team him. But, look, I knew he was good. I watched him all those years at Georgia. I don't know that I realized he was that good. I mean, that's as good a tight end performance as I've seen in my lifetime.
And the Jaguars were throwing the kitchen sink at him. They were putting this guy on him and that guy on him and this scheme and that scheme. Admittedly, I had the best of both worlds. The Jaguars won the game.
Yeah.
I did have Brock Bowers in fantasy.
Of course you did.
Yesterday. So I was pretty fired up about that.
All right. So we got a lot to talk about the program today. Bucky Brooks joins me in about an hour. We'll talk Jaguars football with Bucky. He was on the sideline in the locker room. Certainly a big win for the team. In the meantime, Hack and I will talk all about the Jags win, the significance of it, why it happened, what happens with the Jags moving forward. We'll do that. I want to talk about Florida, Georgia. And a terrific game, by the way. A terrific Florida, Georgia game. If I wasn't rooting for one of the teams, it'd have been an awfully fun game to watch. And so we'll certainly talk Florida, Georgia coming up. The Gator coaching search, I got another thought or two about that. that. The Georgia Bulldogs deserve some. They found a way to win yet again. I think Georgia's better than people think. They do tend to play people close, but we certainly talk about that, the college football world, and a little bit of hoops coming up tonight. So we've got a lot to do. We're glad you're with us. Hack, thanks again for sitting in, brother. We sure appreciate having you here. We'll take a break. We'll talk some Jaguars football after this.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
A strong fence makes a good fence. A strong defense makes a good team.
They're the best defense in the league for a reason.
Each week, Superior Fence and Rail presents the Defensive Player of the Game.
Go, let's go!
On 1010XL.
Hey, sports fans, it's Hayes Carline here to let you know about my new obsession, Daisy French Onion Dip. If you love eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching football, you'll love new Daisy French Onion Dip and Daisy Ranch Dip. These are game changers. They're as delicious as a homemade dip made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you'd find in your own kitchen. You've got to try them. Once you do, you'll be hooked. Look for Daisy French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
You like winning? This is former Jaguar linebacker Tom McManus, and I'm excited to introduce you to J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling of Greater Jacksonville. If you're a property manager, contractor, builder, realtor, or homeowner, get that feeling of success with less stress. I've used them. My friends have used them. So get your free junk removal and hauling estimate today. Now, I call that a win. Veteran-owned and operated J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling. Call 506-1256. We haul it all.
Hi, it's Frank Frangie. You hear my buddies Dan and Jeff talk about that great food at Daly's Dash all the time. Jeff loves that Duval, and Dan loves the Boss. And they're right, both are terrific. But I can tell you they have so many excellent options at Daly's Dash. Salads and flatbreads and tacos and quesadillas, you name it. And of course, those fantastic subs and sandwiches. I just had the Italian sub. It is so good. The thing is, Daly's Dash is really committed to their food and committed to making it perfect for you. Everything is fresh, made to order every time. And there's so many Daly's locations in town, no matter where you are, there's one near you. I love to pop in and grab a sub at lunch, or maybe after a round of golf, or maybe even after calling one of those Jags games. There's never a bad time to stop into Daly's Dash and grab that great, great food. So head there today. Take it from Dan and Jeff, or take it from me. They say it's nicer here. It really is. And the food is delicious. Head to Daly's Dash today.
We send our best agent in the field.
I want you to find Goldeneye, find who took it, what they plan to do with it, and stop it.
Hayes Carline takes you behind enemy lines.
Man, he's like a super spy.
Activated by Pella Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
Frank Frangie here. These days, it's hard to know which companies to trust. When it comes to banking, I trust South State Bank. South State truly values its customers, and they work hard to create meaningful, lasting relationships. I love going into my local branch. I see the same smiling faces I've seen for years. South State is the largest bank headquartered in Florida, so they're able to offer all the banking services you need. You can trust South State Bank. Banking forward. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Josh Woolsey with Woolsey Morecambe. When deciding what lawyer to trust with your car accident or injury case, the most reliable way is reviews and results. You want to be treated well, and you want a great result. Woolsey Morecambe's reviews speak for themselves, and I challenge any firm to compare results. We offer the resources of a large law firm and the customer service of a boutique practice. If you want to be treated right and want great results, call Woolsey Morecambe at 1-800-WOOLSEY and take the fear out of the fight. Offices, Jacksonville.
Frank Frangie here for my friend and insurance agent Craig Dewhurst. Craig has been helping families on the First Coast with their insurance needs for 25 years as your good neighbor and local State Farm agent. Now's a great time to review your insurance policies, whether you need auto, homeowners, or renter's insurance, or insurance for your golf cart, boat, or jet skis. Craig handles all of my family's insurance needs, and even better, he gives back to the community. Call Craig today at 904-940-9740. That's 904-940-9740.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Need or want cash?
Beach's Jewelry and Pawn has cash available, ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. They need it all, selling or pawning. Get cash on the spot at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
It's a Best Bet Monday on The Frangie Show with fantastic locations in Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine. It's Best Bet.
Well, I'm running down the road trying to loosen my load. I got 7 women on my mind. 4 that want to own me, 2 that want to stone me, 1 so she's a friend of mine.
Geno Smith drops. Looks. Pump fake, pass. Knocked down! Devon Hamilton knocked it down! It's no good! The Jaguars win it! How good is that? Is that 4 knockdowns?
It's good stuff,
I didn't know how many
man.
at the time, I wasn't sure how many knockdowns there were. I tend to lose my mind a little bit that. Great win, though.
I had an out-of-body experience watching that play.
Yeah. Hey,
I scared the dog a little bit.
Yeah, so did I. Okay. So did I, as you just heard. So, listen, the NFL, we were talking about this on the bus, too, afterwards. All sports are like this, but the NFL, because there's so few games. Isn't it amazing? We were so exhilarated in the locker room, on the bus, on the plane, all the Jaguar fans, just incredibly exhilarated. And the Raiders fans, I just saw them walking out of the place. They were devastated and dejected. Yet if his finger is an inch shorter, then the Raiders are celebrating and partying. Isn't it amazing that after 3.5 hours, almost 4 hours of grinding and all that that one play, one deflected pass at the end of the game sends one fan base into this happy delirium, and this other fan base is devastated. Isn't it crazy how it's like that?
If Devon Hamilton doesn't get those big paws up there, Tyler Lockett can fair catch that touchdown.
Right.
There was nobody within 8 yards of him. And you're right. The narrative in this city today, if that ball is not knocked down, would be 180 degrees and then some from what it is right now.
Yeah, it's amazing how it works that way. So, but I will tell you this. I'll say it again. I said it at the top. How many times you look up, and your top 4 receivers, your tight end and your 3 starting, are all out.
Yeah.
They were all gone, and your left guard is out. And Trayvon Walker's out because he's ejected. And Devin Lloyd, who's having a great year, is out. And Eric Murray, who's playing really well, is out. And Jordan Lewis is out. I mean, did you think about, maybe you're watching on TV, I don't know if that hit you or not, but I'm thinking, I don't know that I've seen it quite like that. I know it's the NFL and pro sports and college sports, for that matter, are all about next man up. I get it. But I don't know that I've ever seen it quite that extreme. Did it feel that way watching it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you certainly felt it when you saw Austin Trammell out there returning kicks.
54 yards.
Yeah, or Tim Jones with 50 seconds to go catching a crossing route and getting a huge first down.
Right.
These are guys that were on the practice squad 72 hours ago, and they're making huge, impactful plays in this game. Say what you will about the Jaguars, but they are a resilient bunch.
Right.
I mean, outside of the Rams game, and the Rams game is one that just kind of got away. Even that Seattle game.
Yeah.
Man, they were right there with Seattle the entire time. And you see what Seattle's doing. They're destroying people now. So outside of that Rams game, this Jaguar team, I have very, very few complaints about their effort.
Yeah, no question. Effort for sure. But I think there's something there. I know they barely won, but and to your point about Seattle, the Rams, the Chiefs, the 49ers, they played a lot of good. I mean, I don't.
All of a sudden, the Panthers aren't half bad.
Yeah, the Texans with C.J. Stroud. I mean, this is and the Panthers are 5-4.
Yeah,
it's been a tough little start, man. It's been a tough schedule for these guys. It really has been.
Well, that's my message. Indianapolis finally played somebody good yesterday, and they lost. Yeah. Indianapolis has had the benefit of beating up on the Titans twice. They played the Raiders, the Dolphins, the Cardinals. All right, well, now the Jaguars get the Titans twice, and they get the Cardinals. And guess what Indianapolis gets? They get to go to Arrowhead.
Right.
And they get to go to Seattle. And they get to play San Francisco. It's a much, much tougher stretch for the Colts over the next 2 months on paper than it is for the Jaguars.
Yeah, and I'll say this too, Hack. I don't get real caught up in who you play because NFL teams are all good. But to your point, the Jags have played 8 games. There's still 2 games left with the Titans. There's still a Jets game and a Cardinals game. That's 4 games that I know anything can happen in the NFL, but and the biggest concern of the 4 is the at Arizona probably if Kyler Murray's back. But that's 4 games I would be a little surprised if they lost. Now, I also would have been surprised yesterday's game before everybody got hurt. But if they win those 4 games, and it's my guess that they will, it's my guess they're going to win those 4 games. The Arizona one, because it's on the road, is the one that probably concerns me the most of that group. It's my guess they're going to win those 4 games. Well, that's 9 wins. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's 9 wins with 3 other games left. So this is already a 5-3 start. They haven't had that many of those. This is already shaping up to be a pretty good little first year for this triumvirate. I mean, don't lose sight of the fact they just got there. Baselli and Gladstone and Liam Cohen just got there. So many of these players are new. This has been a pretty good start. I mean they're 5-3 against I think a tough start to the schedule in the first year of this regime. Yeah. It's not like well they ought to be 5-3. Well, no, I mean they don't lose sight of the fact that these 3 guys just got in those roles. I think people forget that sometimes.
They were 5-18 in the 23 previous games before the arrival of Liam Cohen and James Gladstone. 5-18. They're 5-3 now since Cohen and Gladstone and the staff arrived.
That's a great point. That's a great point. They went from 5-18 to 5-3.
5-18 to 5-3. Yeah. And look, I mean, in the NFL, if you double your win total from one year to the next, that's amazing. Right. And I think the Jaguars at this point, if they get to 8 wins, might be a little disappointed. I think they have higher aspirations than just doubling their win total.
Well, they've already passed it. They've passed it, and we're on November 3rd.
Right.
You know, I mean, so think about that for a second. So all right. So 2 or 3 other things about the game that stood out for me. I want to get your thoughts on it. Number one, I thought early on in the game they were dominating the game, but they couldn't get in the end zone. Okay, I thought that happened. I thought the Cam Little 68-yarder, you'll hear that coming up in a bit too. The 68-yarder, I thought breathed life into them. Do you realize 3 straight possessions they didn't score? Okay? Interception, punt. At the end of the half, he kicks the 68-yarder. Do you know they scored on their next 5 possessions?
Yeah.
They scored on 5 in a row, so I thought that breathed life into them. There is a toughness about this group. There is a resilience about this group. That's a good word for it. Tom used it, you did too. There is a toughness. Now, moving forward, I'm worried about who's hurt. Is De'Ami Brown hurt badly? He was in concussion protocol. Brian Thomas made a terrific play, but got hurt on the play toward the end of the game. Is he still hurt? Travis Hunter's down for a while. I mean, I am concerned. I'd be disingenuous if I didn't tell him. I hope Devin Lloyd can get back. I think he's close. I hope he can get back. Eric Murray's down for a while.
Cohen did say this afternoon, about 10 minutes ago, that Lloyd is very close.
Yeah. He's been on JJ. There was a lot of conversation about playing him this week. I can tell you that there was a lot of conversation about playing him this week, and they said, you know what, don't rush this one more week. They
really need Brenton Strange back,
and gosh, do they need Brenton Strange back? I mean, so that is so many guys. But despite all that, they're 5. Despite that and a tough schedule, they're 5-3. So I guess that's why I'm kind of exhilarated about all this. There's so many reasons to be worried, yet they're 5-3, and they have survived what I think is the toughest part of their schedule.
Oh, there's no doubt. And look, the penalties, things along those lines. We talk about the Trevor Lawrence experience, the ups and the downs. I just think you're going to have the Jacksonville Jaguar experience this year. 8 games in, this team is going to commit penalties, right? It's what they're going to do. They're going to make a turnover or 2, but they find ways to respond to those situations. Like Trevor Lawrence, I used this analogy last night. Now, in no way am I saying that he's Brett Favre. Maybe Jay Cutler might be a better example of this. Favre and Jay Cutler, go ask Green Bay or Chicago fans. They would make a play or 2 in each game that just made their fans go crazy. Just pull their hair out. Just a boneheaded interception or just a nonsense play, but then they would make some throws that make you go, wow. And I think Trevor's got whatever Cutler had in Chicago and maybe a little bit what Favre had in Green Bay. He's going to make a boneheaded play like the interception, but then he is going to make some plays to just make you go, wow.
Are they going to have a winning record this year?
The Jaguars?
Yeah, they're gonna get to 9.
Yes.
Okay. We all kind of agree, right? At 5-3 with the schedule coming up, we all agree.
It would be a huge disappointment if they didn't.
So we're all in agreement they're going to get to. They may get to 11, but we're all in agreement they're getting to 9, right? Well, then in his 5 years as an NFL quarterback, 3 of the 5 years they will have had a winning record. Yeah. No, I'm not putting him in Canton because of that, but in 3 of his 5 years as the start with 3 different head coaches. In 3 of his 5, they haven't had winning records with all 3 coaches, but my point is he's had 3 different head coaches. In 3 of his 5 years, they'd have winning records.
And not the greatest talent around him.
And he's learning. He there's a toughness about Trevor. He's a team guy. Look, the interception was terrible. Oh. It's one you can't throw, and he's thrown other ones you can't throw. He's thrown his share of what are you thinking interceptions. We all know that, but there's a toughness and a resilience to that cat. There really is, and at some point, they are going to be healthy. Now, at some point, Brenton Strange is coming back. At some point, Brian Thomas Jr. and De'Ami Brown are going to be healthy, whether they are this week or not. Travis Hunter, I don't know. But for the most part, and he might be back. We just don't know. But at some point, Devin Lloyd's probably going to play this week. Trayvon Walker might get the cast off this week. And I don't know that, but he might. Eric Murray's coming back at some point. Jordan Lewis at some point, that's going to be a healthy football team. If you can stay the course a while, can you split the next 2 games? That's what we're all kind of talking about, right? At Houston and home against the Chargers. Can you split those 2 games? Because then you're 6-4, and then you have, by NFL standards, there's nothing soft in the NFL, but you got the softest part of your schedule that you'll have all year after the next 2 games.
I agree. Amidst the injuries, if you can split the next 2, here's the thing about this one, and we'll have all week to talk about this on all the shows here on 1010XL. You can end the Texans season on Sunday. You're 5-3. They're 3-5. You already have the head-to-head in week 3. If you go out to Houston and if you beat them, that puts you at 6-3, them at 3-6, and you have the double head-to-head, which means you have the tiebreaker. You would be up 4 games with 8 to go. You can bury the Texans with a win on Sunday. And we don't know the status of C.J. Stroud. Look, I don't want anybody to get hurt. I did find it a little disingenuous on D'Amico Ryan's part.
We all did.
That now all of a sudden it's a dirty hit when it happens to C.J. Stroud, but last year when Azeez Al-Shire did basically the same thing to Trevor Lawrence, that was the quarterback's fault.
Well, and he accused his quarterback's fault and accused Jaguars of overreacting.
Yeah.
He said the overreact. I listen.
That's karma, man. What goes around comes around.
I've always liked D'Amico Ryans until then, but I did not like the way you stand up for your guy. That was an awful hit. There's nobody that didn't think that hit was incredibly cheap. And so, yeah, and look, is there a Jaguar fan alive that didn't see that hit yesterday and think karma? Right?
No,
there's not.
Probably worse than karma.
Yeah, I'm just saying. That's so. But, no, I don't want to see C.J. Stroud hurt. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. But I do believe it goes that way. By the way, your point's an interesting one about taking the Texans out of their misery. Perhaps you're right. I hadn't thought about it that way. That's going to be a hard game because the Texans are as backed up against the wall as they could possibly be.
Oh, it's their season on Sunday.
It kind of is. So that is going to be a really hard game. If you ask me to pick one of the 2 that I think they're going to win in the next 2, I'd pick the Charger game. It's at home. But after that, it's Arizona. It's Tennessee. It's Indianapolis, but it's at home. They haven't won here since you were 2. Then it's the Jets. So there's a stretch there. They're really if you win these next 2, and then you're really in the driver's seat. But split them. So I like how they've played. I thought that was being part of the call, watching it, being around it yesterday. Hack, I thought that was a magnificent win.
Oh, it was up and down the roller coaster of emotions. It was great. It was great because they won.
Yeah.
If Devon Hamilton doesn't get that,
saying.
it'd be awful.
That's what's amazing. So I like the fact that they won. Before we go to break, what I thought got them going, I really did. They had not scored. I thought got them going was that field goal. I want to play it before we go to break because we're going to get to Florida Georgia in a minute. But I thought he was going to make it. Did you? But when he ran on the field, I thought he was going to make it.
He
Honest
looked
to God, I
confident
did.
Going out there, yeah.
He said, I know I've missed a few kicks and everybody. He looked confident. The half ended like this, and I think it spurred on the Jags.
Logan Cook puts it down. Cam Little kicks it up, and the field goal is good, and we are tied. He drilled it. 23-all with 16 seconds to play. The 3rd field goal of the game for Cam Little.
That was good. I was actually talking. I actually wanted the other one.
That was a good call, too, by the way.
Let's try one more. And for JJ, I didn't prepare him. This is on me, not JJ. So
sorry, there's 2 in here that he.
Okay.
Here we go. 68 yards.
There we go.
Out of the hold of Logan Cook. Logan puts it down. Cam Little kicks it up. The 68-yard field goal is good! He drilled it from 68 yards on the last play of the half. How good is that?
Now imagine if your first reaction would have just been for the 68-yarder. Like, dang, Frank.
Man, come on, Frank.
Give the kid a little respect.
It would have been good from 72, 73. He crushed that thing.
But I'm telling you, and I don't know if TV showed this, but could you see on television how they mobbed him? And how
the picture of Cohen, by the way, hugging him afterwards.
They sprinted into that locker room. Bucky's going to talk about it because he's going to come up later on. They sprinted into that locker room, Hack. They were I'm telling you, that kick breathed life into that team that didn't seem to have much. It really did. It breathed life into him. You can't imagine how significant that kick was.
Well, and for Cohen to stick with Cam Little, because, look, I'll be honest, I'm not going to throw stones in a glass house. I was the guy, or one of the guys, saying bring in somebody on the practice squad, have another kicker in that locker room to bring some competition to Cam Little. Cohen the entire time said, nope, he's my guy. We have unbelievable trust in him. You could see what that meant to Cam Little in their interaction, not only at the half, but after the game, the interaction with Cam Little and his head coach. I mean, that was powerful stuff.
No question. Great win for the Jags. They go to 5-3. We'll talk Florida, Georgia after this on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Hey, Hicken here. Cooler weather right around the corner. So are you ready to float happy in the pool? Listen up. This month, Surfside Pools offering 10% on new pool heaters or heater replacements and installation. That's right. Now is the time to upgrade your pool heating system and extend that swimming season for months of extra enjoyment. Only from Surfside Pools, the trusted name for expert pool service. Family owned and operated. Call 246-2666 or visit surfsidepools.net.
License number CPC 044080.
Business owners, are you tired of getting the runaround from your plumbing or AC vendors? Fire them now and call Duck Duck Rooter. Duck Duck Rooter is the trusted partner for some of the largest commercial companies in Northeast Florida. From a professional accounting office that makes contracts and invoicing seamless to highly skilled field technicians who fix the problems fast, they handle it all. Make the smart move today with Duck Duck Rooter. Call 904-862-6769. 904-862-6769. Duck Duck Rooter, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL is served by Tandy Foods, making quality fresh sandwiches since 1956.
This is Hayes Carline from my friend Holt at Harold & Harold. There doesn't seem to be enough time in the day to get everything done. Then you get injured in an accident and you don't know what you're going to do. Let Harold & Harold make it easy for you. Easy on becoming a client. You can just text or email if you want. Easy on finding a doctor and getting through the process. Hopefully you won't need them, but if you're ever injured, call Harold & Harold and make it easy on yourself. Call them at 904-251-1111. That's 251-1111.
Awaken 180 weight loss. Awaken 180 weight loss. Hacker here, and I recently celebrated a birthday with friends and family, and a lot of photos were taken. And you go on Facebook and you look, and you have those memories of years past on the same day. And I saw pictures of myself from 2 years ago. I couldn't believe it. I absolutely couldn't believe it. That's back when I was over 300 pounds. I mean, I was in a bad spot in life with my weight. And now here we are, my birthday in 2025, down over 100 pounds, keeping the weight off. I look like a completely different human being. I can't tell you how many times I'm told that pretty much on a daily basis by people who haven't seen me in quite some time. Go to awaken180weightloss.com, awaken180weightloss.com. I'm living proof. If you want to drop the weight, Awaken 180 Weight Loss is your answer. 844-346-1800.
This holiday season, let Bono's Catering do the cooking so you can enjoy more time with family and friends. Frank Frangie here. Bono's has been serving Jacksonville's best barbecue for 75 years. Holiday catering's available with full smoked turkeys, country hams, and all the fixings. Be sure to order online at bonosbarbecue.com or call 904-332-7427. Plus, you could give the gift of Bono's Barbecue. Buy a $25 gift card and get an additional $5 gift card in store or online. Remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
Football season is here, and our hometown team isn't the only one ready to stack up the wins. At Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi, you score big every time you shop with us. Thousands of vehicles, no flags, no fumbles, just hassle-free car buying and big wins with lifetime warranties, lifetime oil changes, and lifetime customer service. Plus, our wow pricing lets you celebrate a touchdown of savings. Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi. We're here to wow you.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? During Renewal by Anderson's Black Friday sales event, buy now and pay nothing until 2027. That's 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 full years. Our Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida homes, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable all year round. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home design consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets savings.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Lagway, 34. He wants more than 4. Sturdivant incomplete. It just hit the ground in front of his reached out arms.
It's a Best Bet Monday on The Frangie Show with fantastic locations in Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine. It's Best Bet.
Hi, we do thank our friends from the Best Bet. Guys, they do a terrific job. The World Poker Tour is going strong at Best Bet Jacksonville. Don't miss the events 3 through 8 this week. And, man, they do a terrific job. There's always fun things going on. And don't forget Holiday High Ham Sundays through Thursdays at Best Bet Jacksonville. That's all month long, so you have all kind of fun. Remember, there's 3 great locations. There's Best Bet Jacksonville on Monument. There's Best Bet St. Augustine right there on I-95. You can see it right from the highway. And, of course, that Orange Park location is on US 17. Lots of fun, and really over the holidays, a lot of fun. So if you have a chance, get to Best Bet today. You'll be awfully glad you did. Frank Frangie here with you with J.J. LaSelva, and, of course, Hacker Nation sitting in for Hayes Carline, who is in Vegas. He's going to be at that basketball game tonight, so that'll be a lot of fun. So watching Florida, Georgia, all right, 2 or 3. First of all, I thought the Sturdivant catch was a catch, but I'm biased. It was very close. I don't think it's why they lost the game. I thought it was a microcosm, in my opinion, Hack, of the concerns with DJ Lagway. I'm rooting for DJ. Here's my take on DJ Lagway. By all accounts, as a graduate of Florida, which I am, he is a really good person to represent the school. He's a good person. He's a good teammate. I had him on the air in SEC Media Days. I really liked him. I've heard so much good about him. I don't think he's got the instincts to be a good college quarterback. That's my opinion. Part of that is he hasn't been developed or coached. And I think we all can agree, well, what if he'd had a better coach? Well, if he'd had a better coach, he'd have been better at that stuff. But I don't think he has it. I think in high school, he was so dominant because of the incredible traits. He's really fast, by the way. You see on some of those quarterback runs, he's a physical runner. He puts his foot in the ground, makes the guy miss. He's not a good runner outside, but a physical downhill runner. He's 245 pounds. He's got a big arm. He's an accurate deep thrower when he sets his feet and the guy's open. He's made some accurate deep throws. He missed one in this game, a deep throw, but he's an accurate deep thrower. Those are great traits. But quarterback is about so much more. Quarterback is, do you have instincts? Can you climb the pocket? Do you have pocket awareness? Are you accurate? Is your footwork such that you step into your throws? Can you anticipate a guy coming open? Can you anticipate what the defense is going to do? Those are the great quarterbacks. I don't sense that DJ has that, and I thought this was a microcosm of that. The throw to Sturdivant, he got rushed. He got rushed to his left. He had time to stop and set his feet and then throw a long bomb touchdown. Instead, he did that sort of off-balance jump throw thing he does, which is really weird looking. He's got an odd throwing motion when his footwork's all messed up, and that caused the ball not to get there. I've seen that a lot of times. And then the 4th and 4 play, Trey Wilson wasn't open. That's the biggest play of the game. You have to have instincts to at least take a shot at a guy that's got there was no chance he was going to catch that pass. He was well covered. I just don't think DJ's got instincts. And as bad as Billy Napier's coaching was, and he needed to be fired. He was not a good offensive coach. He was not a good head coach. I always maintain, I said, if he'd have brought in a play caller, it would have gone better. People say, oh, he wasn't a good head coach anyway. The special teams, they had 10 guys on the field, 12. If he hadn't have been calling plays, I think that stuff would have been better because he could have overseen all of that stuff. He couldn't oversee it because he was looking at his play sheet waiting for the team to be on the field the next time. So, but despite all of that, the one thing nobody saw. I talked about it a little. You talked about it a little. I said, listen, I hope DJ Lagway's good, but it was 12 touchdowns and 9 picks. Yeah. I know I heard you say it, and I said it.
I got crushed for saying that.
Yeah, but it was the reality is just let's make sure he can throw the intermediate pass. Hayes Carline and I had this talk all the time. Hayes was really high on him, and I wasn't sure. It sounds like I'm saying told you so. I don't mean it that way. I'm just telling you that really was. I know I heard you say it, and it was my concern. What nobody saw going wrong in what is now a 3-5 season is that the quarterback wouldn't be very good. And we've wanted to blame Billy, and he didn't practice, and all of that. And there's some truth to all of that. But at the end of the day, the quarterback wasn't very good. And I don't think anybody saw that coming.
No, he has not been very good. And it's different in today's day and age in college football. I was careful, or at least more careful, 10 years ago, about really criticizing collegiate athletes. But in the land of NIL and making millions of dollars and what the business that college football has become, I mean, think about the money that has gone to DJ Lagway to represent the university and go out there and play winning football. And what has Florida gotten returned on their investment? 5 interceptions against LSU, 30 yards of offense in the first half against Miami, 2 touchdowns against Texas A&M, and they didn't score in the next 50 minutes. And then on Saturday, against one of your biggest rivals, maybe your biggest rival, depending on your age as a Gator fan, it's either Georgia or Florida State, you have an opportunity with your high-priced NIL quarterback to go out there and win the game, and he makes a couple of atrocious throws, and you lose the game as a result of it. He has not been good. We're entering, to me, Frank, we're entering Johnny Brantley territory as a 5-star quarterback that borderline – I mean, I don't know if we're at the bust point yet, but we're certainly getting there.
And I hate it for him because I'm not trying, and I know you're not either trying to pick on the kid.
No,
he's a good dude doing the best he can.
He didn't ask for all the hype.
Correct. But it's very clear that's the part of the season that went bad that nobody saw. So we're going to take a break. I want to stay on Florida, Georgia. I want to get to the Bulldogs a little bit too, and Florida moving forward. So I want to take a break and get to some of that. But that's right. DJ didn't ask for people to tell him he was the greatest thing since sliced bread, and he didn't ask that. So anyway.
It's pretty similar to Trevor Lawrence, actually.
Yeah, but Trevor, there's a lot there. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, again, he's about to have his 3rd winning season in 5 years. People want to compare it. I don't know. I
think Trevor got the generational title before he really did anything.
But Trevor, say what you want about Trevor's not what you want him to be yet. Trevor Lawrence he's got to the Elite 8 of the NFL one time. So I don't see that compared, in my opinion. But anyway, I want to talk about Florida moving forward, the coaches search, a whole lot more when we come back. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show. From the Harrell and Harrell studio, don't settle for less than you deserve.
Your home for Florida Gators basketball is 1010XL.
The season tips off tonight as the Gators take their championship swagger to Vegas against the Wildcats. Florida, Arizona, 7 o'clock on 1010 AM.
OAR, 3 Decades Tour. Saturday, November 14th, 2026 at the St. Augustine Amphitheater, featuring all of the band's career-defining hits and fan favorites, with special guests Gavin DeGraw and KT Tunstall. Sign up for pre-sale access now at liveoar.com. Don't miss OAR.
Welcome to the Bundle event. Entering now our undisputed tag team champions, the mid-size SUV and the mid-century modern. Together with a State Farm agent, this auto and home duo are a powerful force of savings, service, and customizable coverage. Now, let's get ready to bundle.
Call State Farm agent Carissa McCullough in Yulee at 904-261-2223.
Availability and amount of discounts and savings vary by state.
Learn everything you need to know about the Jaguars on Duval Rundown. I'm Hayes Carline. Join me each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning at 9:04. You can find Duval Rundown on all the social channels of 1010XL.
Driven by Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Westside.
When you're a little kid on the playground, they tell you don't hit back.
Well, the courtroom isn't a playground, and if you've suffered an injury or death in your family, I'm here to tell you it's okay to hit back and fight to make them pay. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we understand all the pain and emotion that comes with being wrong, and we've dedicated our lives to making things right for people like you. So if you get hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Offices, Jacksonville.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
When all you have is a hammer, everything is a nail. I'm Dr. George Bari, and like me, I know you have been bombarded with PRP and stem cell treatments from companies that promise the world and charge prices to match. Or the surgeon that convinced you the only way to treat your injuries through surgery. At Bari Orthopedics, we offer the best PRP treatment on the market with prices that won't cost you an arm and a leg. We also have the expertise to treat your injury surgically, if that is what it entails. We can discuss all surgical and non-surgical options with you and make sure you get the best treatment available. Come see me, Dr. George Bari at Bari Orthopedics.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, you have told us about buying better quality diamonds, but is there any way to start with a smaller diamond and use it to trade up to a larger diamond later on?
Frank, it's interesting you'd ask that because our founder, H.F. Underwood, popularized growing your diamond here in Jacksonville about 50 years ago, and it's something we still do today. When a customer buys an Underwood engagement ring or solitaire diamond pendant or a pair of ear studs, we guarantee they get the price they paid for it on the purchase of any larger diamond. Now, a lot of stores would say, big deal. We do that too, but here's the Underwood difference. We guarantee you get what you paid when you trade in your Underwood diamond, even if you're trading up by only $1. It's not that you have to trade up 2 for 1 like most jewelers ask. There have been literally thousands of people in the Jacksonville area who have taken advantage of our policy, and Underwood still grows a lot of diamonds for a lot of people.
Underwood's serving excellence since 1928 in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. When mice and rats show up in your home or business, they can be a real pain. You need them out fast, before they have time to multiply. Terminix knows how to shut down rodents and will keep them from coming back to wreak more havoc. When rodents show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a rodent problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online just like I did. That's TERMINIX.com. TERMINIX.com.
Introducing the Jags Stack at Firehouse Subs. A sub so bold, we had to name it after the team that roars. Packed with protein and made to satisfy a football-sized appetite. It's stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, and roast beef. Topped with provolone fresh veggies and our new Duval drizzle. Order the new Jags Stack in the app right now. Available for limited time at participating Jacksonville Firehouse Subs restaurants. The hottest subs in Duval!
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
It's a Best Bet Monday on The Frangie Show with fantastic locations in Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine. It's Best Bet.
All right, it's time to head to the table games this Saturday and Sunday at all those Best Bet locations. Get into your chance to win $500 every 30 minutes from 6 p.m. until midnight. That's at all 3 locations, Saturday and Sunday. Best Bet St. Augustine on off 95, Best Bet Orange Park on US 17, and of course the Jacksonville location is on Mining Road. Frank Frangie with Hacker Nation here. No Hayes Carline for a couple of days. He's celebrating a big Jaguar win in Las Vegas. And go watch those Gators tonight. JJ LaSelva's here. So there is we'll have him back, but we'll talk some other NFL stuff with Hacker as in the next couple of days as well. But let's get to college, or stay on college for a second. 2 or 3 things I took out of the Georgia game. First of all, everyone says Georgia plays games close. Georgia has too many barely. Georgia's freaking good. Georgia knows how to win. Gunnar Stockton's good. He's limited from an ability standpoint, but that dude makes plays. He's athletic. He's an accurate passer. I think Georgia's good. I think the game wasn't close because Georgia's not good. The game wasn't close. The game wasn't close because Georgia's not good. The game was close because Florida played their ass off in that game. Florida played hard in that game. So number one, I think Georgia's good. I don't think anyone's getting Georgia. Maybe the most interesting game coming down the stretch might be the dang Georgia Tech game.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech's pretty good. Although
They play Texas in a couple weeks.
and they play Texas, and they do. So we'll see. But I think Georgia's really good. I watched every snap of that game and came away thinking Georgia's really good. I will tell you this: whoever gets that Florida job is inheriting a good team, man. That is a good team. They're close in all these games because they are talented. I mean, whoever you're getting Vernell Brown III and Dallas Wilson, and you're getting Jaden Baugh one more year, and you're getting all those defensive guys. I'm telling you, whoever's getting that, you're getting Miles Graham and Childs and Jaden Robinson, and you're getting Makai Barrow, and you're getting L.J. McCray when he gets back, and Cameron James. I mean, you're getting most of those guys are back. Okay, most of those guys on that defense are back. You're getting, Cormani McClain. You're getting Dijon Johnson's going to be back. Devin Moore is back. I mean, I'm telling you, whoever gets that team is getting This is not Muschamp, Mullen, McElwain, where the program was kind of broken, and it was going to take some rebuilding. This is much like Zook getting fired. You knew when Zook got fired that whoever got there had a heck of a team. Ron Zook told me, you've heard me tell the story. Ron Zook said, "I'm sorry I got fired because we recruited a national championship team." And I said, "Ron, you really?" He said, "Frank, I'm telling you, we have recruited a national championship team." Ron Zook told, I remember where I was sitting when he told me that after he was fired. So it's also like Galen Hall. This is very similar to the 89 season. Are you old enough to appreciate the 89 season?
Arden Krzyzewski at kicker.
Okay, all right. So, but that team, let me tell you the story of the 89 team. Can I tell you the story of the 89 team? See if this sounds familiar. Coach got fired. They finished with an interim. Had a really good defense, not very good offense. Had a great running back. You might have heard of him.
Yeah.
But they didn't. So really good defense, pretty good receivers, really good running back, poorly coached on offense. Coach gets fired. They bring in a guy with a visor that inherits all that stuff, and the rest is history. I see a very similar season this year. And I see a guy with a visor that might come in and change history. But I'm telling you, whoever gets that team, and I've thought about it all along, but I wasn't sure. You say, well, they're 3-5. Well, they're 3-5 against all top 5 teams. And whoever gets that team, and I think there's more reason to take the job, is getting a really good team.
Are we convinced? And I know they're going to have the new guy that comes in is going to have a week or so to lay his thoughts out for all the guys. Are we convinced all those guys you just talked about are not going to enter the portal?
Well, no, I'm not convinced. I never would have thought in a million years Jack Pyburn would enter the portal. So you never know who's going to surprise you. But and there's enough good players there that they will be pursued. They will be. But my point is there's enough of them.
Right.
There's enough volume there that even if you lose 2 or 3 good ones, there's a pretty good team, man. This is and again, you're going to lose some guys, but it's all A, it's a good team. B, they like each other. That's one thing Billy Napier created. The facilities are all out of this world. The NIL money is significant, very significant. So you got to find someone that's going to pay you more. You got to find someone with better facilities. You got to find somebody whose offense you like better. If you're an offensive player, or defense you like better, and there's a good chance you're going to have to decide someone's better than Lane Kiffin because, in my opinion, he's going to be the next coach. I really do believe that. Why would you leave?
Yeah.
Why would you go to LSU, Georgia, Alabama, wherever, if you're making a lot of money in NIL, you got great facilities, and here comes Lane Kiffin or whoever. Whoever's getting that team's getting a good team. I guess that's kind of the point.
Well, and the big question moving forward is, if it is Lane Kiffin or Drinkwitz or whomever, are they going to want DJ Lagway as their starting quarterback next year?
And my guess would be he will leave and get a new start somewhere.
I think it would be good for him to leave.
do too. My guess is he will. There's a lot of teams that could really use him. My guess if it's a very quarterback centric coach, I can tell again. By the way, the quarterback on the 89 team was a very athletic player, a heralded athletic quarterback from Texas. What is DJ Lagway? A heralded athletic quarterback from Texas. Donald Douglas was that guy. DJ Lagway is this guy. And he left. And he went home to be closer to his family. I would expect DJ Lagway, and in fair look, DJ Lagway is way more heralded than Donald Douglas. Don't get me wrong. But I would expect DJ Lagway to go somewhere else. And I don't believe he'll be the Florida quarterback next year. That's a dumb comment because I don't even know who the coach is going to be. What do you think?
No, I don't think DJ Lagway is going to be the quarterback next year either, because I believe it would be better off for him to get a fresh start. And again, whether it's Lane Kiffin or whomever, who's to say Lane Kiffin, if he comes, doesn't bring that quarterback from Ole Miss with him to Gainesville?
How good is that guy?
Right? I mean, that guy.
Does he have a year left?
Well, he's going to graduate.
Oh, he's going to graduate?
But he could bring Simmons.
Or he could bring Simmons, yeah. I mean, Lane Kiffin could bring his guy, or Drinkowitz could bring his guy. That's the world we live in. You're going to inherit the roster you take over, but in NIL, otherwise known as college football free agency, you're not locked into any of these guys. You can go explore all sorts of options. So I think if you're Lane Kiffin, bring somebody you recruited with you, or go out and find somebody that you think fits your offense better than DJ Lagway.
Who do you think the coach is going to be?
You seem pretty gung-ho that's going to be Kiffin, so that's kind of changing my thoughts on it.
What do you think? You don't think what I think. What do you think?
I mean, I was of the opinion. You know how I am. I want Brent Key, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I'd be surprised if he's in the hunt.
Yeah, which was unfortunate, but I'm starting to believe that as well. I think Drinkowitz is probably my betting favorite right now, because I just don't know. There's going to be a lot of pressure on Kiffin to stay at Ole Miss. You see it being ramped up a little bit. A lot of the college media, why would Kiffin leave Ole Miss with what he's building and the family atmosphere and everything Kiffin's doing there in Oxford. And I just get the sense that as the days turn into weeks, the pressure is going to be escalating on him not to leave and to stay at Ole Miss.
The question becomes, and I think that will be the deciding factor, does he stay at Ole Miss? In my opinion, I don't think he's going to LSU. I don't think Auburn's in the hunt. I don't think he's going, in my opinion.
Now, is this the governor thing at LSU? Was that in play before that nonsense?
I said before that I didn't think he was going to go to LSU even if it opened. I don't know that there's a connection. There's a connection between he and Florida. He has said that. He said on the documentary that he idolized Spurrier, where he wears the visor and is a little bit chirpy. He said that he and Layla met at the Swamp. He told Molly McGrath, this is a special place. He's had 20 years to say all this stuff. Why is he saying it all now? Mm-hmm. He's saying it this year. I think he's trying to send the message that he's interested in the job, and he could be leveraging. I think it comes down to staying at Ole Miss or taking the Florida job. And I might be wrong. And I'd say the same thing, by the way, if Georgia was open, or if Alabama was open, or if he had the same connection to LSU. They're all good jobs. I don't know that I sense a guy stays at Ole Miss when a blue blood calls. Tommy Tuberville didn't. Other coaches didn't. I don't know that you stay at Ole Miss when a blue blood calls. I could be wrong. I could be dead wrong. And I know it's different now. I don't know that Ole Miss is ever going to have the fan support that Florida is. I don't know that. I think for right now they've got NIL dollars. I don't know if they're going to have it forever. They're not going to ever be nationally recognized the way that Florida logo is. And I think he's a guy that's where his head is.
I'm with you, Frank, but is there something he could do in the playoffs that might make you think differently?
That's a great question. Yeah, and
if they get to the final or even win.
I hear you. I don't know. I don't know him or know anyone that knows him close enough because that's a great question.
It would just seem off the wall for a guy to win a title and bounce. To a team that went 5 and whatever. But I agree with you.
Now, Kurt Cignetti, we all know he could have had Penn State. He clearly could have had Penn State. I think that's why they fired Franklin to hire him. He's from Pittsburgh. Yeah. And he said no. Him staying in Indiana would be Kiffin staying at Ole Miss. He said no to the blue blood. I'm staying where I fell in love. So maybe, but I just don't think so. I just think Kiffin wants – I could be wrong. Could be my orange and blue blood talking. I think Kiffin wants the Florida job.
My concern is if Florida doesn't get Kiffin, I think Auburn being open complicates things with Drinkowitz.
Yeah.
Because if you're Drinkowitz and you got Auburn, not maybe as much pressure at Auburn as there is at Florida, still a huge job, but you don't have people breathing down your neck,
Is it a big deal if they don't get Drinkowitz?
I think if you don't get Kiffin or Drinkowitz, then you start getting into the realm of what are we doing?
I would offer Jeff Brom before Drinkowitz, and I would offer him half the state of Florida. He's really loyal to Louisville. I know Jeff. His 2 brothers went there. He went there. His dad went there. They grew up there. Their 2 brothers are on the staff. He also makes 5.9. Florida comes in there at 13. I'd be interested because I've always said I don't think Jeff will leave, but the more I think about it, so I think Drinkowitz is okay. I think Brom's a better coach.
So if not Kiffin, do you think Brom would be?
He'd be my choice.
Your choice.
Here's what happened as we go to break here. I can tell you this. I think the people of significance at Florida have all agreed you got to vet Kiffin. If it's not Kiffin, I don't think there's a consensus number 2. One guy says Drinkowitz, one guy says Brom, one guy says this guy, one guy says that guy. That's what gets interesting. is there a consensus guy? Like Penn State can't hire Drinkwitz. Penn State's got to either go hire Urban Meyer or go pry Lincoln Riley. That job's too big. There's been too much tension. That's what I think.
That's an interesting name. That's a name. Lincoln Riley's a name that I think you're going to start hearing a little bit.
The question becomes, does Lincoln Riley want out of USC? And if he does Trace Armstrong's his agent who lives in Gainesville. Yep. Does he send the message? He's got to send the message he wants out, which he hasn't done yet. We'll take a break. More in a moment. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Sometimes it's an offensive show.
You gotta be kidding me.
Sometimes it's a show of offensive discipline.
There are no words.
Listen for the Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game on 1010XL. Now, the Florida Gator Report on 1010XL, brought to you by San Jose Collision.
The Florida Gators fell to the 5th-ranked Georgia Bulldogs 24-20 in a hard-fought battle as interim head coach Billy Gonzalez led the team for the first time. The Gators now fall to 3-5 on the season with 4 games remaining on the schedule, beginning with a road matchup at Kentucky this Saturday at 7:30.
The drip from a leaky faucet isn't just annoying, it's wasteful. Worn parts or corrosion could waste thousands of gallons a year. Superior Plumbing and Pipelining will fix it fast. When your faucet's leaking, make the superior choice. Learn more at superiorplumbingjax.com.
1010XL is committed to getting you closer to your favorite players. That's why we send Jags beat reporter Hayes Carlyon to bring you back one-on-one interviews in the locker room. Unsealed by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Dan Hicken with a game changer. I've tested the field, and Checkmate Coatings is my new go-to for durable, jaw-dropping floor coatings. Better play, better results.
I'm Brendan from Checkmate Coatings. Our precision coatings make your floors the MVP of any space.
Slam dunk your floors at checkmatecoatings.com. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, Hicken here for Zero Res. It's Thanksgiving time, man. But listen, don't deal with the toughest gravy, cranberry sauce, or pumpkin pie disasters. Let the cleaning freaks do it. Get back to clean. 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at $149. A 4th room free with a canned food donation. Ideally, a full bag of cans, not just 1 or 2. Also, take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Call my friend Zero Res right now, 28757, or go online at ZeroResJacksonville.com and say you want the 1010 special. Zero Res, spelled backwards or forwards. It spells the same.
Frank Frangie here to tell you about the coolest new thing, a putting green in my backyard that my friends at Sunshine Turf installed. Sunshine Turf can do the same for you. They'll come to your house, they'll create a custom design for your space, and you'll have an authentic golf course experience right in your own backyard. I freaking love it. Sunshine Turf is family owned and they made the process so simple. So visit sunshineturf.info or call them at 904-383-0243 and get a free quote today for your own putting green. Get it from Sunshine Turf.
Bold flavors make great gifts. Buy a $50 Flame Broiler gift card for friends, family, or co-workers and get a free bottle of the legendary magic sauce. Visit any 5 Jacksonville locations or flamebroilerusa.com.
Have you ever dreamed of owning a handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm? Well, now you can. This is Frank Frangie for the farm in Okefenokee, just an hour north of Jacksonville in Folkston. With only 250 cabins at full build-out, it's a rare chance to live off-grid, but not alone, in a community grounded in nature, food, and purpose. The amenities include a 2,300-acre hunting lease. Learn more at okefarm.com. That's okefarm.com.
Hi, this is Dave Barker with IHRS. People ask, are your solutions for thinning hair permanent? Yes, our solutions have permanent natural results and are guaranteed to work. Put our 35 years of experience helping 10,000 plus men and women to work for your thinning hair. Our trademark hair transplant procedures will give you 3 times more hair in one procedure. PRP and laser treatments are fast, easy, and effective, and only take 30 minutes. Most of our staff have experienced hair loss ourselves. Our caring and confidential team can help you look better and feel better about yourself and restoring your hair again.
For your confidential consultation, call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or go to hair4me.com. That's hair4me.com.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update, brought to you by USA Park Airport Parking. Cam Little did it again with that massive leg of his after nailing an NFL record 68-yard field goal during the Jaguars' 30-29 overtime victory over the Las Vegas Raiders yesterday. Little broke Justin Tucker's previous record of 66 yards from 2021 and adds it to his preseason 70-yard smack from earlier on in the year. It's 68 degrees at 5 o'clock time and 10, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
It's a Best Bet Monday on The Frangie Show with fantastic locations in Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine. It's Best Bet.
We thank our friends from the Best Bet. Man, all kind of fun stuff going on. And again, those table games Saturday and Sunday at all three locations. You can win $500 every 30 minutes from 6 p.m. to midnight. Head to Best Bet. Jacksonville on Monument Road, Orange Park on US 17, and, of course, in St. Augustine right there off I-95. JJ, were you locked into the baseball? Were you locked in on Saturday?
Mario Cristobal did his best to try to ruin my Saturday night, but I wasn't having it.
He couldn't do it.
It was awesome, man.
What a World Series.
Great series, and the team I wanted to win didn't win.
Yeah.
But it was still enthralling until the very end, and some new heroes and some – I just really – as a baseball guy like you, enjoyed going on Twitter and seeing, like, everybody.
It's amazing.
Everybody talking about the game. People that, obviously were a heavy football show, as we should be down here. But, like, even Matt Hayes was texting me, like, you wouldn't believe it. I'm locked into baseball. It was just a phenomenal series, phenomenal ending, and damn, I'm glad I'm not a Blue Jays fan.
Did you watch?
Yeah, I'm the guy JJ's talking about because no one's ever going to confuse me for being a baseball fan unless the Rays are good. Then I'm a diehard Rays fan. But outside of that, I mean, I'm casual at best. I was locked into every pitch. I mean, it was to the Toronto Blue Jays fans, my heart goes out to you because I've lost some games as a fan in some really horrific ways. Nick Anderson's free throws in 95. The Derek Fisher 3 in 09 in the finals. I mean, just some horrible, horrible ways to lose. Miles Jack wasn't down. Losing Game 7 at home in the World Series by basically 9 inches when that throw to the plate, I mean, if he doesn't put his foot, if Will Smith doesn't put his foot back on home plate, less than half a second before that guy slides home, the Toronto Blue Jays are world champions. That had to be just so gut-wrenching. But not having a dog in the fight, I was enjoying every single minute of it.
JJ, did you think his foot was on Will Smith's foot was on the plate?
I thought he got back on the plate, but
I know. When they showed the replay, I did too.
Yeah.
But at the time,
at first, I thought he was safe.
Yeah,
and
I did too.
I think what the MLB did, and it was the right thing because the replay took 10 seconds.
Right.
I think somebody called down and was like, we're not ending the freaking World Series on a replay in Game 7.
It might be.
And I saw that, they have analytics on everything. The guy at third base, I don't even remember who it was. The runner.
Isaiah
Kiner-Falefa, yeah, IKF. He was, I guess, 3 feet shorter on a lead than what's normal.
He was very criticized.
Yes.
He should be even with the third baseman. You can't get doubled off there now. Again, they lost another game because the guy got doubled off.
At Game 6.
And I think that was
Insane
in there.
ending.
And I think that was in there. So, but IKF,
he would obviously been safe if he was 3 feet closer.
Yeah, he got criticized a lot for that.
And Miggy Rojas was the one making the play at second after hitting. People who don't know baseball, Miggy Rojas is a nobody.
Right.
This guy was just a utility man for the Marlins for like 10 years, basically. Yep. He didn't have a single hit. He wasn't even on like the NLCS roster, I don't think. He didn't have a hit for a month until last night. Saturday.
So we're at dinner at a place called Harlow. We have our Jaguar dinner. And a lot of the broadcast team goes and gets a big steak on the road, get that big Wagyu steak, and spend way too much money. That's what we do. And so we're watching it from the bar. It's on the bar, and we're kind of keeping up. Okay, so the Blue Jays are up a run. Okay. And some of the groups said, let's stay and watch. I was tired. I mean, I'd gotten up at 4:30 in the morning. We're on the West Coast now, so I was tired. So I said, let's go back, and if it's on at the hotel. So it's Blue Jays are 2 outs from winning the World Series. So I'm a baseball guy, but I'm gonna go back to the room. We walk, and the walk is probably a block from our hotel, right? There's a nice little area in Summerlin. You know what that is.
Oh, yeah.
In Summerlin. So we walk across the street, and as we get across the street, we see where the big casino is at the Red Rock Resort, which is where the Jags were staying. Tie game. So
You're like, oh, Ohtani hit a homer.
Correct.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman left a yard.
Yeah.
Mookie left a yard. We had
one of the countless great hitters
right. I mean, Kirk Gibson left the yard. So we felt Miguel Rojas hit the he hit a loopy home run to left field, and
on a slider. The talk for the 2 innings with John Smoltz in the broadcast was, oh man, it looks like things are going to work out. That with 2 outs in the 9th, Ohtani's going to be up.
Right.
So you better not. It got to like 2-0 against Miggy Rojas, and they're like, oh, you can't walk this guy because, Ohtani's coming up next. You can't face him with the guy on first.
Right.
And then he gives up a homer to that guy. It was insane.
But the drama, the drama, the fly ball to left field, the Pajes ran over Kiki Hernandez.
Forgot about that one.
Yeah, I mean, the drama, I thought the game was over then.
That was crazy.
And he runs into him, and then the Will Smith home run, and then the end of the game. How
about even before all that, the bases clear or the benches empty? There was almost a fight. You almost forget about that.
And then I'm thinking the Blue Jays are going to tie or win the game until the ball was hit to Betts. And then I thought the one thing you can't have is a 2-hopper that the shortstop feels going to his left.
Yeah.
That's the last thing.
And the slowest guy on hitting too.
Yeah, and I thought, oh my! I said right when it was hit, I said when Betts fielded, I said, the Dodgers just won the dang World Series. They played uphill the whole time. The Dodgers were playing uphill the entire World Series.
They didn't have a lead in that game until the 12th or 11th inning.
And the difference in emotion, I mean, the Dodgers win 18 innings, just one of the longest games you'll ever see on a walk-off. I thought Toronto was done at that point.
Me too.
Then Toronto wins Game 4 and 5 in L.A., and you think, well, there's no way the Dodgers are going to go back to Toronto and win 6 and 7.
Yeah.
It was a great series for baseball, not for you guys, because you guys are the diehards.
Yeah.
You guys are there every night.
Yeah.
It was a great series because guys like me were enthralled
But it was
by
even great for us. I mean, it was a phenomenal
I'll
series.
tell you real quick before we break that, I'm not going to act like I knew the future or anything, but I said to my wife, the Dodgers are going to tie this because in the bottom of the 8th, the Blue Jays get a guy on second base with no outs. Leadoff hitter hits a double. And I'm like, they have to get that guy in. I'm telling you, one more run of insurance is so necessary here. And when they didn't, it was like 3 up, 3 down after that. I'm like, this is how it works. I'm telling you, the Dodgers are going to tie this game. And it wasn't how I expected with the Miggy Rojas home run. But when you couldn't get that insurance run in at the end, I was just like, I've seen this game happen so many times.
2 more things. What Yamamoto did, you can't imagine.
Whoa.
You can't imagine. To start the game and pitch the way he did, and then one day later to come back. You can't imagine how impossible it is. I saw more pitchers talk about how impossible it was. And I'll say this as we go to break. He's one of my favorite players. Freaking Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts is a career right fielder. Great hitter, one of the best players in baseball. Somehow the Red Sox trade him. I still haven't figured that out. Moves to shortstop, one of the toughest positions to play in sports. You realize he was one of the 3 finalists for the Gold Glove?
Yeah. He was
a Gold Glove finalist. He was a right fielder. You can't imagine how hard it is. You can't to go be a Gold Glove shortstop or a Gold Glove candidate. It's unbelievable.
And how smooth was he on that last play? He had a big smile the second he got the ball. Like,
he was
I
smiling.
know what I'm about to do.
He stepped on the bag, a little off-balance throw, and it was an amazing World Series. Let's take a break. Bucky Brooks joins me after this talk Jaguar football. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Hayes Carline here to let you know about my new tailgate obsession, Daisy French Onion Dip. If you love eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching football, you will love the new Daisy French Onion Dip and Daisy Ranch Dip. These are game changers, as delicious as a homemade dip made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you'd find in your own kitchen. You've got to try them. Once you do, you'll be hooked. Look for Daisy French Onion Dip at your grocery store.
A high-performance machine raises eyebrows and holds your attention.
And play big-time football on a big-time stage.
And so it is with the Performance Painting High-Performance Play of the Game.
Somebody got to make a play.
On 1010XL.
Say goodbye to glasses and contacts with customized vision treatments at Bowden Eye & Associates. Hey, Hicken here. Dr. Bowden and his expert team bring you all the latest options like Evo implantable Collamer lenses, refractive lens exchange, or traditional LASIK. Tailored just for you. Imagine waking up to clear vision. No hassle, no fuss. You ready to see the difference? Call now or visit BowdenEye.com for a free screening. Bowden Eye & Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
He's not a senior citizen. He's Jacksonville's senior writer, John Osher. And knows your favorite football team. Wednesdays from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Served up by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
I'm Holt Harrell. Generations of Harrells have served in the military. We understand the sacrifices that veterans and their families have made. Please join us this Veterans Day in honoring our servicemen and women. I'm Holt Harrell with Harrell & Harrell. As we stay committed to the Northeast Florida community, it seems like other law firms want to take over the world. In a world of law factories, choose a law firm with a name you know, a name you trust. Harrell & Harrell. Offices, Jacksonville.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple years ago. When it's smooth as silk, Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. Was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hey, Jags fans, Tommy Mack here. Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with Crown Royal Rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with generous spirit. Visit crownroyal.com/Royal Rig on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. Hurricanes happen in Florida. That's not news. But what happens even more often than hurricanes are home break-ins. And if security is important to you, you might want to look into hurricane-rated impact windows.
What you may not know is that hurricane-rated impact windows not only help protect your home in case of a hurricane, but they also offer another level of security for your home.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube that show people trying to break through an impact window? A thief is way too lazy to spend his energy trying to break through one of our impact windows. That's why he doesn't have a real job like you. He'd rather break your non-impact window while you're at work. Window World has high-quality, very affordable hurricane-rated impact windows to help protect your home from hurricanes and from lazy thieves.
Call us today at 904-443-7001. Get a free estimate and see for yourself. You save energy, get more security, and the windows add value to your home. With all Window World windows, you get the best guarantee in the window replacement business.
Window World,
simply the best for less.
And thank you for your business.
Mark Watson here to tell you a little bit about hardballcreative.com. It's your online promo haven with thousands of ideas on how to promote your company. We're open 24/7, 365.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
It's a Best Bet Monday on The Frangie Show with fantastic locations in Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine. It's Best Bet.
We thank our friends from the Best Bet. 3 great locations. The World Poker Tour event number 8. A $1,700 no-limit Hold'em mystery bounty with a $300,000 guarantee plays out this weekend at Best Bet Jacksonville. That's right there on Monument Road. Get over there if you get a chance to. You'll be awfully glad you did. Bucky Brooks is going to join me in a minute. He is tied up just for a second. He's getting off a plane. He's a traveling guy, that guy. So he will join us coming up, and he does a great job, certainly, tracking down. Hacker's with us now for a couple more minutes, and then he'll rejoin me after Bucky. In your opinion, how the Jaguars going to do the next 2, 3, 4 games?
Well, I think.
What are your expectations?
I mean, my expectations are tempered a little bit because of the injuries. Again, we'll have a lot more clarity Wednesday, Thursday. But right now, potentially going into Houston, you could potentially be without De'Ami Brown, BTJ, Brenton Strange. You know you're going to be without Travis Hunter, Devin Lloyd. Go on down the line.
Yeah, if you don't have any of the receivers, it's going to be really hard. As well as Austin Tremble did on the return and the big catch by Tim Jones, it'd be hard to do that.
Well, and the question is, and again, you're not Nostradamus here, but we got to look ahead 23 hours from now. The NFL trade deadline is tomorrow at 4 o'clock. I know everybody's checking social media every 10 seconds. There's a lot of talk in New Orleans that both of their wide receivers could potentially be available. There's talk in Las Vegas about Jacoby Myers, maybe Wan'Dale Robinson in New York. If De'Ami Brown and BTJ are going to be down for a while, does Jacksonville then forced to give up one of their draft picks to bring in one of these wideouts?
Yeah, I could get interested in Chris Olave. I wonder what he'd cost.
Yeah, Olave, Mike. I mean, the Shaheed is the other one in New Orleans.
Yeah, right.
I don't know as much about him, but I know what stats look like. He's top 20 in the league in catches and yardage.
Right.
And apparently all they want's a third. And the last time I checked, the Jaguars have not 1, not 2, but 3 thirds.
12 total picks, I think.
Yeah, so if you can get me a wide receiver for a third-round pick, if I'm James Gladstone, I would strongly, strongly consider that.
Yeah. So because the Jags won and they're clearly in the middle of it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're a playoff team if it happened today.
They'd be traveling to Foxborough.
So how about the Patriots, by the way? I know they have played a lousy schedule, but goodness.
How about the Titans for firing Vrabel?
Yeah.
He goes to New England, and the guy they replaced Vrabel with has already been fired.
But people around the league all said when they fired Vrabel, that was a dumb move.
Oh.
That thing was broken because Vrabel and John Robinson had it out. John Robinson's gone. Vrabel's gone. They bring in Rand Carthon. He's gone. They got Borgazzi now is running the thing. That thing. And you don't fire Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel is one of the better 5, 6, 10 coaches in the league and has been his entire time as a head coach. You don't fire Mike Vrabel.
The Titans are doing their best impersonation of the Jaguars circa 2020, 2021. That's kind of what they look like. I mean, they are awful right now. They won 3 games last year, 3-14. They're 1-8 now. What does that make them? 4-22 in their last 26 games.
Yeah. But anyway, I think now that the Jags are in the thick of it, now that they've lost so many guys, I would be surprised if they're active tomorrow. They've proven they're not afraid. If there's one thing we've learned about the Jags, James Gladstone, Baselli, Liam Cohen, they're not afraid.
We need to bring somebody into this ecosystem, Frank.
Yeah.
Somebody intangibly rich.
Yeah, I'll say, to me, and I've said this all along, now the injuries change. The injury at safety changes this. How bad is Jordan Lewis hurt? All the receivers dropping at the same time. That changes all of this, okay? But I've always said that the biggest concern I've got with their football team is the defensive tackle spot. That's the one area I just don't feel like they're very good. That more than any other spot.
And why? I mean, you look at Mason Smith, you look at Devon Hamilton, throw Armstead into the mix. They got bodies there. They got names there, but I agree. I mean, it has just not been very good. Now, Devon Hamilton made a heck of a play yesterday, getting that big hand up there and knocking that pass down to give him the win, so I'll give him credit there. But by and large, the interior defensive line has not been great. I don't really know why, because they've invested draft capital and dollars in free agency in that position.
Yeah, sometimes you miss on a guy. Sometimes you just miss. I mean, if you look at all the guys, and again, Devon Hamilton's a wonderful dude, but he had a very serious illness and was playing very well until the illness. He was a dominant, big two-gap guy, and I'm not sure he's been the same since. Eric Armstead, once upon a time, was a very good defensive tackle in San Francisco. He's in his 30s now. I'm not sure he's the player he once was. Mason Smith is the guy that always projected, but traits don't always turn into good players. And so there's no matter who you go through, there's a story there. There's a story. They went and got Colin Saunders. They thought he was going to wind up being a pretty good player. It turns out that Obviously, he must not be because he's never active.
He's inactive and he's become a food critic more than he's playing.
So you never know. So here we're gonna bring in Bucky Brooks in just a second. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, Bucky will be with us talking Jaguar football. Stay with us.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Non-stop Knowles. Search 1010XL Seminoles on YouTube.
Hey folks, Frank Frangie here for Lee and Kate's Glass. Now with the holidays coming, it's time to update that dated-looking bathroom setup and give yourself the gift of a gorgeous new frameless shower with big, sexy glass you spend every morning and night in that bathroom. A new shower enclosure from Lee and Kate's Glass will look fantastic and make your bathroom feel like a luxurious spa. You'll love it. You deserve it. Request a free in-home consultation. Visit leeandkatesglass.com.
You're gonna see a big difference.
Homeowners, storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through November 13th. Financing available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting. Protecting your home, building your trust.
License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com.
This is Josh Woolsey with Woolsey Morecambe. When deciding what lawyer to trust with your car accident or injury case, the most reliable way is reviews and results. You want to be treated well, and you want a great result. Woolsey Morecambe's reviews speak for themselves, and I challenge any firm to compare results. We offer the resources of a large law firm and the customer service of a boutique practice. If you want to be treated right and want great results, call Woolsey Morecambe at 1-800-WOOLSEY and take the fear out of the fight. Offices, Jacksonville.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family-owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Hey, it's Joe C. When was the last time you flushed out your water heater? Flushing a water heater each year improves its efficiency and extends its lifespan. So call Roland Reese Plumbing for a routine water heater flush out and any other plumbing needs. 260-7059. Roland Reese Plumbing.
Jacksonville is my hometown and nobody knows roofing like me. I'm Ronnie, the owner of Brandon Roofing. We handle everything from repairs to full roof replacements, start to finish. We give honest quotes, use quality materials, and clean up like we were never there. We all look at Google reviews, so go ahead and check out ours. We're proud of all our 5-star ratings. I would say we treat you like family, but some people don't like theirs. Go to BrandonRoofing.com today to schedule your free roof quote.
License number CCC 1328006.
ET here, and if you've ever been injured in an accident, you have 14 days to see a doctor and protect your insurance benefits. You have the right to choose your own doctor, too. And I recommend McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation, the auto accident experts.
Hi, this is Dave Barker with IHRS. Are you frustrated with those trendy pills, drops, and lotions that claim to make your hair thicker and fuller? Are you taking weight loss drugs or medication that's making your hair fall out? Whether you're frustrated with results from treatments that just don't work, or you no longer have the fuller, thicker hair that you once had, there's a better way. Our hair restoration solutions have helped literally over 10,000 men and women restore their hair in as little as 2 office visits.
Ready to grow your hair back and have permanent, natural, and guaranteed results? For your confidential consultation, call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or go to hairforme.com. That's hairforme.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, Frank Frangie along with Hacker. We're trying to still track down Bucky. Bucky's on a plane. If not, we'll do it tomorrow, but we'll track him down if we can. Where have we been in the program today? We talked about a big Jaguars win. What a win it was. They found a way to win despite losing about half their team. Good win on the road against the Raiders. They go to 5-3. We talked Florida, Georgia. Was it a catch? Was it not a catch? Hack and I kind of went through that. It was a close game, not because Georgia's not good. Georgia's legit. Florida played really hard there, and whoever gets the Florida job is going to inherit a pretty doggone good team. What do we think is going to happen with the Florida job? I told Hack I think it's going to wind up being Lane Kiffin. That's kind of my opinion. We'll see if it winds up happening that way. That's not exactly breaking news. It's just what I think. And we talked a little bit about a fantastic World Series that JJ and I talked about that a little bit as well. So a lot of fun stuff to talk about on the program today. It's been a good show. Been fun, and we appreciate Hacker jumping in with us. Now, JJ, fire this up for us.
The buck stops here. Time now for Bucky Brooks, brought to you by Coyle & Sons, Jacksonville's commercial fence specialist, on The Frangie Show.
All right, Coyle & Sons. You call them at 904-356-4821. You can go to coiljacks.com, the best fencing company in town, not just commercial fencing, residential fencing. You need a fence. Coyle & Sons, that's the name to know. Are you off the plane? Are you safe? Where are you?
No. I'm still on the plane.
Okay.
Frank, but I wanted to make sure I got this in. I spent some of the winnings from last night's Vegas trip. So I'm good. I feel like me and Devon Hamilton should have been at the table together because we got a little lucky. Yesterday.
I get it. You're exactly right. All right. Well, I won't keep you forever. Let's go through some of the quick things. I thought it was a resilient win, Buck. I really did. Half the team was hurt, man. And I think when Austin Tremmel's running back kicks and Tim Jones is making big first downs and Devon Hamilton, who's struggled, is making the biggest play of the game, I think, I'm not trying to be dramatic here, but I do believe this. I believe there's something to the fact that a tough team, a resilient team, a team with some solidarity finds a way to do that. I was very impressed with the fact they won the game. I don't care who they're playing. They won the game against all odds yesterday. How'd you feel about it being around them?
I feel great about it. I feel great about what they displayed. I feel great about the fact that they had to play with a bunch of backups and they found a way to get it done. In this league, it's very, very hard to win. It doesn't matter how you win, how much you win, and who you win against. You just got to stack to win. And the fact that they were able to, just suck it up, not worry about who's playing, not make excuses for who's playing, and just get it done, to me, that's tremendous growth. But what it really is, and it was interesting after the game talking to Cam Little, and he just talked about being a team that everyone prides itself in having each other's back. And whether it's the coaches believing in him when everyone was telling them that they need to move on and find another kicker, or the players supporting the other players, backups, young guys, or whatever. To me, that speaks volumes, and it bodes well for the future because the team that's the most connected is the one that ends up winning.
And I think they're that. I really do. I feel that. The other thing, too, is I really thought Liam Cohen got in his bag yesterday. I thought some of the play calling, the option on fourth down and the pitch to Etienne, which they had not shown, the quarterback draw to Trevor for the touchdown, which I had not seen them do since he's been here. I thought he was as good as a play caller as he's been all year. What'd you think?
Yeah, he's great, man. He was great because he used a bye week to make sure they got back to who they were. They ran the football. They ran the football with backups on that last overtime drive. And all the creativity that you're talking about, Frank was all in the running game. So much we judge play callers on what they do when it comes to the passing game, the exotic routes and concepts and those things. But really, great play callers have the ability to be creative and adaptable in the run game. And they were able to do that. All the tight ends out, didn't matter. Cole Van Landen goes to play tight end. They figured it out. Liam Cohen was definitely in his bag, not only as a play caller, but as an overall leader of the team.
Bucky, what happens now with the? I mean, we hope BTJ's okay, and we certainly hope De'Ami Brown's okay, but neither one finished the game really. Travis Hunter's not out there. Brenton Strange not out there. What do you expect? Do you expect them to make moves before tomorrow's deadline? What are your expectations as they try and move forward here, at least with a passing game?
Well, the one thing that I know about this team is they believe in who they have in the building, and though they would like to have upgrades and perfect players, they're going to give the guys who are there the first crack at it. Now, I'm sure they may make a move, but I don't know if you can make a major move and expect an immediate impact at that position, because then what you have to do is you make a move, but what happens when BTJ and Travis Hunter get back?
Yeah.
Is that move short-term or is it long-term? I think they have a lot of belief in Patrick Washington. He validated their confidence in it with the way they played. I wouldn't expect much to change. They may change what they do conceptually and from a play calling game planning standpoint, but I think you will see pretty much the same team that we've seen.
Yeah, Trevor was very sick. Could you tell on the sideline? Did he look sick? Cause I'll tell you this. I saw him on the plane when we were coming back. God bless him. He looked like he felt awful, man. I could see it. I could see he was in that seat he always sits in on the plane, and you could, oh my God, you could tell it. Could you tell anything on the sideline?
Yeah, look, man, he certainly was under weather. I'm not quite ready to say that was his Michael Jordan flu game, but
Right.
he wasn't up to form. But what I will say this about Trevor, and we've known this, man, like, even when it's not great, he's going to give you everything that he has.
Yeah.
He's a tough competitor. He's about it. And I think that's what showed up. And as we're continuing to go forward, and we talk about the process of going from an also-ran to a competitive team to a good team to a great team, all the things are in place from a football character standpoint. Now it's about getting the execution because, look, there are a lot of things where they could have made that game a blowout if they just can quit self-inflicted mistakes and those things. So once they avoid beating themselves, they're going to have a chance to be a really, really, really good team.
Bucky, why was Brock Bowers so open? Is he just that good? Should they have covered him differently? What was you're on the field, you're watching all those plays. Why was he so open down there?
Well, I think people have to understand. Now, you know this because you watch SEC ball. He is a real dude,
right.
And he puts up big numbers. He put up big numbers as a rookie. Now, the thing about it is, the Jaguars are a team that they want to play zone coverage. They want to stay in zone. They want to keep eyes on the quarterback and those things. So sometimes someone over the middle of the field can find little voids and windows. The Raiders did a great job of feeding him, put him in situations that really put the defense in a bind. Run action one way, counter boot action the other way with him running across the field. That's a lot for the second-level defenders to get to. And even though he had a big game, he had 12 catches, 124 yards. That's only 10 yards a catch. But when they needed him, they found him. So we got to get better in that area. But it's a lot easier to correct those things on a win than on a loss.
Bucky, offensively, I think Travis Etienne's been fantastic. I mean, he's tough. He's running between the tackles. He's getting a lot of touches, both as a receiver and a running back. As we move forward, we're 8 games in now. Can he continue to hold up with this much activity? Do we have to see more of Bashal Tutin? What are your expectations in the running game?
Well, you know, in fact, I would actually like to see more of Travis Etienne. I like the other guys, but there's something about what Travis is able to do, man. He is able to slip and get through cracks and creases and make big plays, and the physicality that he's playing with. Remember, man, I'm looking at this running back. I'm like, who is this guy? Because he wasn't as physical in the past. And this running game being more physical and getting every yard that they can out of every possession. He's been terrific, man. He has been everything that we hoped that he would be as the lead back. Now we just got to figure out a way to get more out of him and the rest of the guys because this running game is going to be critical to our success going down the stretch.
And I got to say, you mentioned Cam Little earlier. I made this comment earlier in the program. When we're calling the game, Logs and I are obviously in the broadcast booth. You're on the field. When Cam Little drilled the kick, you felt all the way up to where we were that breathed some life into the Jaguar bench. Now we weren't there. You were. I saw the way they celebrated afterwards, the way they raced into the locker room. Well, they scored on their next. They had not scored at all. And then they scored on their next 5 possessions. Am I overstating that? Did it feel that way down in the field? Did that kind of got them going?
Absolutely. If you had been in the locker room, I can't tell you the buzz that was created after that kick. One, there was a bunch of guys who felt good about him nailing the kick because everyone acknowledged his struggles. And there's nothing better than seeing your teammate get over the hump. So that was one. 2, they just needed something on the board to feel good going into the half. And for him to hit a record-breaking kick, man, that really gave them a boost. In fact, someone in the locker room stood up and said, man, that's the momentum that we needed. Now let's just go play. And so it just took some of the pressure off of them, and it really was a boost, not only for Cam Little's confidence, but for the confidence of the team. And then as he started nailing them time and time again, you could feel that old Cam Little confidence come back. Not like his confidence, but the team knowing, man, if we get to certain parts of the field, Cam Little's going to knock it down.
All right, Bucky, as you move forward now, obviously a tough game against the Texans. They'll be a desperate football team now. They're playing with their backs against the wall. Then you come home to play a very good Chargers team. Where are the Jags did you see them? Obviously, health is a big question. We don't know the health situation of a lot of players that were banged up in this game. Are they confident? Did finding a way to win that game regenerate some of that confidence they had early in the year? Yeah, 100%.
And I'll tell you this, the Jags are right where they need to be. If you look at this, Frank, everyone is sitting there with 2 losses or 3 losses. Jags are right there. And I'll say this, man, we haven't played our best ball in a while. Like, we can get everyone back, and if we can just hold the fort while we're still kind of scuffling and finding our way, that helps. But the magic number is 10. And I certainly think there's a path for us to get to 10 because 10 normally gets you into the postseason. Playing against the Texans, they're going to be desperate. They're whining and crying about the hit on their quarterback. No one cares. We need to go in there and mop them up, because if we beat them, it puts us in a position to still have a chance to catch up to the Indianapolis Colts. So that one is critical. And then when we come back and play the Chargers, that is what it is. You want to play big games, that'll be a big game if we win this week against the Houston Texans.
Yeah, I think it'll be a great crowd as well. All right, Bucky Brooks checking in, always with us on a Monday as he flies back to L.A. We'll see you next week. GBucky, thanks, buddy. We appreciate it.
All right, Frank, man. Look, man, there's some more jobs opening up in the SEC.
Yeah, look, we're bringing you. I want to bring you in as a GM. Is what I want. I want you to be one of those GMs. They have GMs now in college. You know that, right? There's GMs everywhere.
I know the whole SEC is wide open. We can get that. We can get that done.
Let's do it. All right, Buck. See you, buddy. My buddy Bucky Brooks. Bucky and I have a lot of time. Bucky, by the way, is a diehard college football guy. You know, a lot of times when you work for an NFL team, it's hard to be a college guy. He is a diehard college guy. So we run out and watch games, and he loves it. And he follows the college sports. So
North Carolina got themselves a win.
Yeah, how about that? The alma mater. Yes, it did. So he was happy about that. We'll take a break. We'll be back to wrap the program after this.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The men's college basketball season getting underway tonight. The Purdue Boilermakers are the preseason #1, and they are plus 850 to win this year's national championship. The Houston Cougars, who finished runner-up last season, plus 1,000 to hoist the title in April. UConn at plus 1,200. Duke is also plus 1,200. Kentucky plus 1,500, the best bet out of the SEC. The Florida Gators, who won last year's national championship, at plus 1,600. Louisville, Michigan, and St. John's all plus 2,000. And BYU and Texas Tech are both plus 2,200 to win the national title.
Progressive, helping veterans drive their lives forward. More info, keysofprogress.com.
I'm Tony Desiri with your Visa in Action update on 1010XL.
Hey, it's Frank Frangie. Business owners, listen up. If your plumbing or AC company keeps giving you the runaround, it's time to cut them loose. Call my friends at Duck Duck Rooter. They already partner with some of the biggest commercial operations in Northeast Florida, like the Jaguars and station operations. Their office team makes invoicing a breeze, and their field techs, top-notch pros. Make the switch today. Duck Duck Rooter, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Call 904-862-6769. 904-862-6769. Tell them Frank sent you.
When you're faced with damage in your home from water, fire, or mold, you need a team with the expertise to fix it right.
Pros.
A locally owned, nationally backed franchise that's here to help you when you need them. A team that does it right the first time.
Pros.
Remember, you don't have to use the insurance company's preferred contractors. Get it done right by a licensed professional you can trust. Call 904-201-9151 or go to RestoProsAnyFlorida.com. That's RestoProsAnyFlorida.com.
Pros.
This is Hayes Carline from my friend Holt at Harold and Harold. There doesn't seem to be enough time in the day to get everything done. Then you get injured in an accident and you don't know what you're going to do. Let Harold and Harold make it easy for you. Easy on becoming a client. You can just text or email if you want. Easy on finding a doctor and getting through the process. Hopefully you won't need them, but if you're ever injured, call Harold and Harold and make it easy on yourself. Call them at 904-251-1111. That's 251-1111.
I love my propane company. They always answer when I call and give me great prices and fast service. Said no one ever.
Until now. Need propane for your home or business? Seabreeze Propane is bringing the propane as North Florida's new local propane provider. Visit SeabreezeLP.com.
Seabreeze Propane. We make propane cool, brother. Oh, yeah.
Jacksonville Hickens calling it. Checkmate Coatings, my MVP. Tough, slick floors that dominate any space.
Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
If you're ready to transform your yard with a fence that stands out, elevate your curb appeal with Superior Fence and Rail. Superior takes pride in offering first-class service, friendly installers, and unmatched fence products. Mention this ad and get $250 off your next project. It's time to get off the fence and call today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Rick Bogan
Lou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental with light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
You've got a circle of friends, right? Well, how about a circle of beer? All your favorites like Bud Light, Bud Heavy, Mick Ultra, or Natty Light. It's all there in the cold case at Circle K. Probably one right around the corner right now calling your name. Slide on in to a Circle K.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. The online banking services are outstanding. So easy to use, depositing checks through the mobile app is fast and efficient. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Credit Union in the Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards for 3 years running, and it's easy to see why. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. 10-10-10-10.
Take.
The 10-10 Take, as always, is brought to you by our friends at Duck Duck Rooter. Duck Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, and air conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. That's duckduckrooter.com. Here's the take. I think Florida owes it, and I think Billy Gonzalez owes it to the Florida people to see what you've got beyond DJ Lagway. It's not a knock on DJ, but DJ's ordinary, regardless of why, regardless of whose fault it is. At this point, it doesn't matter. Tramel Jones is a 4-star. 4-star in some groups, 3-star in some, but he's a good player. He looked really good in the little bit he played again in that Long Island game. I think it's now about the future. Now, maybe you don't want to show him because you don't want to see him wind up in the portal, but I think all of us need to get an idea of what they've got with Tramel Jones. Even if it's a series here or there, you're playing at Kentucky. I don't want to say it's a throwaway season, but you're 3-5. It's about next year. Shame on Billy Gonzalez. Shame on Ryan O'Hara. Shame on whoever, Russ Callaway, if we don't see Tramel Jones a few series per game the rest of the way. I'd be very disappointed if we don't wind up seeing, I'm not saying you bench DJ, but at this point, it's about the future. It's about game reps. If you're doing what's in the best interest of the University of Florida, you have to play Tramel Jones some. You have to get him some reps. Shame on all of them if we never see Tramel Jones.
I agree. I think it's a great point. I guess my question would be, Billy Gonzalez obviously has huge ties to the university, 3 different stints there, so it's a little different equation. A majority of these coaches will not be associated with the University of Florida in 5 weeks. Does that weigh into their thinking?
Still being paid by them. Right now you're being paid by Florida, and you have to do it. And listen, their answer to that would be, no, we're paid by Florida, and we're paid to win games, and we think we have a better chance to win with our starting quarterback. And I get it. Of course you do. But you can do both. It's a 3-hour game. Somehow, some way, you got to see what you've got. You're 3-5. News bulletin, you've missed the playoffs.
You're 3-5 because your quarterback hasn't played very well.
Correct. And that's the bottom line.
Yeah.
The bottom line is, despite the Napier stuff, and he's got a lot to do with why Lagway hadn't played well, I get that. But despite all that, the one thing nobody saw coming was DJ Lagway not being very good. Nobody. That's, of all the things that you could have predicted about the Florida season, I don't care if it's on radio stations and national media outlets, I don't care where, nobody predicted that DJ Lagway wouldn't be very good. Nobody had that. That's the one that surprised everybody. So why not play the other guy and see what you got?
And you brought this up earlier, and you said it, I said it. I think you and I were maybe tired of the overhyping of DJ Lagway, but I never thought he was going to be bad like he has been.
Well, same here. And I wasn't really tired of it. I just said, listen, I'm trying to be honest. I watched him last year. I saw a lot of good. I saw 12 touchdowns and 9 picks and a 50-something% passer. And people, that's because he hadn't played. That's because he's young. Okay. Because, by the way, he did some really good things last year, too, including leading a bunch of wins at the end of the year. The DJ wasn't terrible, but I hadn't seen enough. So, and I will say this. When Tramel Jones went in there, it was only the Long Island game. We don't get to see practice, so it's the only time we get to see him. He looked the part. His footwork, the way the ball came out of his hand, he looked like a college quarterback.
And I sometimes have to stop myself with this, and I agree with you. If that would have been Tramel Jones from Chicago, Illinois, would I have been as high on his performance as it is Tramel Jones from Mandarin High School on Greenland Road in Jacksonville? Are we a little biased because we know the kid? He's been on this radio station. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe. And again, I'm not saying it was just Long Island. It was 10 passes or so.
But I agree. I saw enough to want to see more.
Correct. And I think we'd feel that way no matter where he went to school. I think if he's the backup quarterback to a team you follow whose quarterback isn't playing particularly well, you'd want to see more. So this is one time I don't think that bias comes into play. So we'll see. I think there's an obligation. Quickly, before we bring Rick Ballou in here. You excited about the hoops tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to be locked in. I'll be on the air during the second half. We'll certainly keep people updated. I am going to temper expectations, and I would tell Florida fan to temper expectations. The entire front court's back. It's basically an entire new backcourt. The last time you saw Florida basketball play, you saw Walter Clayton and Will Richard and Elijah Martin and Denzel Aberdeen doing their thing. Well, all of those guys are gone. As much as I like Boogie Flan, as much as I think Xavier Lee is going to be a good player, you got the Brown brothers that are there now, Klobuchar. I mean, they got some players. It's not going to be Clayton, Richard, and Martin. So just temper your expectations a little bit. Having said that, they still are going to be one of the best teams in the country, and it's going to be a great run this year.
Yeah, I think Xavier Lee and Boogie Flan are going to be good. I think they're going to have a really good team. But you're right. People are already thinking it's going to be great. Here's the thing. I didn't love them scheduling as hard as they did.
They're hard schedule.
Arizona, Duke, UConn. I mean, over and over. There's so many. TCU, they have a lot of really good teams. But I do think they've got a good team. So to your point is, if they lose tonight, don't do what people on social media do and jump off the bridge.
Oh, the sky is falling. And this is going to be an Arizona home game.
Yeah.
The game's in Las Vegas. There's going to be a lot more Arizona fans in Las Vegas than there are going to be Florida fans. It's probably the marquee game of the college basketball opening night. So it's a tough spot for Florida to be in. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how they respond.
I'm counting on Hayes to bring it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's worth like at least 6 Arizona fans.
Someone told me today, someone said, I was talking to a buddy of mine today, said, you guys won the national title, but you're talking more about this basketball team this year, and I know you won the national title last year, than I've ever heard you talk about. I said, have you seen our football team?
Yeah. It's all we got.
We're 3-5, bro.
Hayes will be there without a shirt on tonight, belly all painted up orange and blue. He'll be getting after it.
All right, let's say hello to Joe Walsh's best friend.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Rick, I told you this in the press box yesterday, so let me tell it now with all of America listening. I don't get jealous. I'm very blessed. I like my life. I appreciate everybody having their lives. You hung out with Joe Walsh.
I disagree. I think you've been jealous of me since the day we met.
Okay. I didn't want to admit to anybody, but now that it's true, I'll admit it. You hung out with Joe Walsh.
Yeah.
God, that is so freaking cool. I mean, Joe Walsh.
And
life's been good. Rocky Mountain Way, you hung out with him.
Right, and it was funny because, Derek Trucks is going to do something in Wichita with him in a week and a half for veterans, and he's going to play like old James Gang stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to Derek Trucks and Joe Walsh talk about old school James Gang, like Funk 49 and what have you, and Joe as well is watching the World Series, and he's they're all Dodger fans. They kept us updated and went into overtime, particularly Don Henley, more than anyone else. But it was just he's exactly the way that you've always seen him. That's exactly who he is. He's not in character. It's not an act. Yeah. That is written. He's completely off the sauce.
Right.
He quit the booze a very long time ago, but. Boy, it was a pleasure to meet him, and what a great show.
So you saw the Eagles at the Sphere. You're very close to Derek and Susan, so you kind of hung out with them. Mm-hmm. But that's really cool. I mean, and the show was awesome.
Oh, it was incredible. I mean, it really was. It was in James Dolan's suite.
Yeah.
Apparently, Derek and Susan are tight with the Knicks owner and owns Madison Square Garden, so it was just, lobster.
See, Hacker, we don't live like that's how the other half lives. You ever want to know how the other
I don't live like that either.
Must be nice.
I was trespassing, and I enjoyed it, and but as soon as it was over, they went out and got after it a little bit. I was like, no,
you had a game to cover.
I got to cover this game tomorrow, and we got to see who was it? Earth, Wind, Gap Bands?
No, it was Cool in the Gang.
Fire? Cool in the Gang. Yeah, one of them.
Because here's what I said.
They were pretty good too.
So we're getting ready. We're getting ready to call the game. and we're in the press box or the broadcast booth early, and I hear all this band doing this true story. They're out there where the little stage they have in the stadium, and this gang's they're playing all this Kool and the Gang stuff. This cover band, they're pretty good. They sound like Kool and the Gang.
Yeah.
Well, here's why. It was Kool and the Gang.
And they were really good.
They were really good.
It's a great stadium, great press box, great everything. And,
quick 20 seconds.
fun time.
What'd you think of the Jaguar win, the resilient win? What would you think?
Well, I think the way that I would explain it again, it was kind of like early on in the season. And I'm going to run an interview here with Anton Harrison coming up momentarily. This is a game they lose. I said, first question, Anton Harrison, first 2 years of your career, you guys lose this game. You found a way to win it today.
Yeah, it's a great point. That's coming up tonight. All right, Rick's going to talk all about his buddy Joe Walsh, and you're going to hear all about the Jaguar win. He was in Las Vegas for all the action. That'll do it. I'll be watching Gator basketball tonight. I know you will. What you got coming up tonight? Quickly.
Yeah, Brian Sexton, Jaguars.com.
Yep.
Also the head coach, Dave Campo. We're loaded tonight.
All right. Rick Ballou into the night for 2 hours. Hacker After Dark, the 2 after that. Don't turn it off this radio station. For the absent Hayes, for JJ and Hacker, I'm Frank Frangie. So long.